What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's discuss Monday Night Raw for November the 20th, 2023. A pretty okay show for the most part. This is the go-home show for this Saturday's War Games Survivor Series. So we kicked the show off with Drew McIntyre. He explained his actions. He said that if I hadn't lied to anybody, I didn't lie to Seth last week. If you've been paying attention to the show, it's obvious. If you're a fan of Drew McIntyre, I don't have to explain myself. If you turn on me, then you never were a fan of me in the first place. I don't give a damn about what you think. I gave Jey Uso something he never gave me. When he attacked me from behind time and time again, he looked into his eyes right before he dropped his ass like a man. He said he knows that Jay's probably looking for an apology for costing him and Cody the tag titles. I don't remember an apology from me or anyone else. And then he mentioned all the stuff that happened with the bloodline. He mentioned Clash of the Castle. His bloodline, his family cost me the biggest moment of my life. In front of my family, 16 years. I've been away from them, sacrificing everything I've missed. Birthdays, Christmas, they understand. They understand. Christmas, they understand. My nephew growing up, he understood. That night, when I beat his cousin, he was going to be the moment for our family. Your bloody family took that away from my family. Do you understand me now? Have I told you a lie? I'm starting to make sense. Then he goes on and says, let's talk about the Judgment Day. He said, you've watched me since I was 22. I've been the same guy for years. You should know me by now. And then he asked the crowd if they joined, if he joined Judgment Day or not. And he said, clearly you don't know me after all these years. I didn't join the Judgment Day. But I will be on part of the team for War Games because Rhea Ripley gave him something that no one else could. Jey Uso in a cage. This is your warning. Whenever I see you, I'll drop you. I don't know what you believe in or what God that you answer to, but bring your ass. But your ass belongs to me. Pause. Damn, this was great. I love this. This was great. So, Jey Uso comes out, and I'm surprised he didn't go out and run to the ring and start brawling with Drew, but he got on the mic and said that if Drew McIntyre wants to go, you know what, Jey Uso said Drew McIntyre needs to let it go. You know what I'm saying? You cost me the tag titles last week, so no more talking. You're going to catch this beat down, Drew. Yeet down. And so Jay plays to the crowd, and they can't yeet, and he's about to brawl with Drew. Judgment Day comes into play, and then out comes Team Cody to back up Jay. So Adam Pearce comes out and says that Team Cody needs a fifth member. Both squads need to decide who will be competing in the War Games advantage match before 9 p.m., then there's going to be no outside shenanigans. So, then we continue on with Damian Priest. So he tells Rhea Ripley that while he doesn't care much for Drew McIntyre, he respects what he did last week, and as leader of the match, Damian Priest doesn't know why Drew McIntyre isn't here to discuss strategy. Rhea says that McIntyre will be here soon. Priest said that he should be in the advantage match tonight. Rhea wants to wait for McIntyre, and then on the other side, Finn Balor reminds Damian Priest to take it easy. So, pretty good start to the show for the most part. I love Drew McIntyre's explanation. It actually does make sense. Drew McIntyre has been a loner for a while, and that's why I like this character so much. When he plays a heel character, that's the best version of Drew McIntyre. I love it. So, Drew McIntyre is a badass, believable heel. So, pretty good stuff there. Moving on. First match of the night. Nia Jax versus Raquel Rodriguez. Nia Jax defeat Raquel Rodriguez via the Annihilator. I didn't watch the match. Didn't really care for it. Moving on. Next, we get a Xia Li vignette. All right, cool. Moving on from that. So, Drew McIntyre finally shows up in the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Damian Priest asked McIntyre if he has a problem with him being in the War Games Advantage match. McIntyre didn't have a problem with Priest, but he should be the one in the War Games Advantage match. McIntyre wants to make it very clear that he doesn't like Judgment Day at all, but he despises Jey Uso. And then Damian Priest shares the same sentiments as Drew McIntyre. He doesn't like him either. McIntyre cost him the World Heavyweight Championship. McIntyre tells Priest to take it easy. Priest says that McIntyre could have the match. Moving on from that. Jey Uso is trying to convince the other members in Cody that he should fight Drew McIntyre. Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes ask if members of SmackDown roster are off limits for the match. Cody says that he has an old friend that can come through for them. Cody wants Jey to focus on the War Games Advantage match. I love that right there because we know he's talking about Randy Orton. And this was great. Continuing on, moving on from that. Becky Lynch versus Xia Li. This is a very decent match. I enjoyed it. So Becky Lynch wins via the Manhandle Slam. No, actually, yeah. So Becky wins via the Manhandle Slam for the 1-2-3. My bad. Post-match, Damage Control, they appear through the crowd. And then all of a sudden, Team Bianca appears, and there's like a massive brawl that breaks out. So that's okay. Again, it is what it is. The women got a lot of time on this show. A lot of this was like 95% women. They went and had an NXT moment / TNA moment. They really put the females over tonight. I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. So, Ludwig Kaiser tells Giovanni Vinci to stay in the back. He's not happy with Gucci trying to carry favor with Gunther. Vinci says that he's trying to do what's best for Imperium. So this leads us into Johnny Gargano versus Ludwig Kaiser. I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Oh my God. So Gargano wins via the one final beat because Giovanni Vinci came out, tried to help out Kaiser, and they argued on the ring for a little bit. So Johnny Gargano wins via distraction finish. Not good. I don't like stuff like that. Again, I don't understand why Triple H is trying to break up Imperium. I just don't understand it. He's trying to break up all these factions now, which is kind of fucking weird. At least keep some of these factions together. But you don't need to break up Imperium. You just don't. There's other... You can allow them to have their own character arcs and everything else and their own story arcs. But they don't need to be split apart. They just don't. Now, that should happen to, like, the New Day and shit like that. But Imperium, no. Moving on. So Rhea Ripley's not happy that Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are sitting inside the Judgment Day clubhouse. Zoe continues to point out that Rhea's focuses on many other things in their match at Survivor Series. Zoe Stark wants Rhea to take a good look at the women's world title, because at Survivor Series, that title is coming home with her. Rhea kind of respects that stunt that Zoe just pulled off. However, Zoe will receive her beating at Survivor Series. I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Zoe Stark is so damn boring. So damn boring and bland. Ugh. Moving on. So we get the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I didn't care about this match at all. So it featured Casey Squared, Natalya, Tegan Knox, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell, as well as Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile. So Tegan Knox gets the win. I'm just like, what the hell? I wanted to burn my TV to the damn ground. Moving on, because you guys know I do not like Tegan Knox or Natalya. TJ, you need to impregnate Natalya, please, or put her in a backstage producer role, please. We need something. Moving on. Gunther is not pleased with Ludwig Kaiser. He's considering making Giovanni Vinci responsible for Kaiser going forward. I'm like, damn. So, for whatever reason, all the tag teams on Raw were just arguing and everything else. And so Adam Pearce made a number one contenders tag team turmoil match for next week. I'm just like, oh my God. Moving on. So Nick Aldis, he confronts Adam Pearce in the backstage area. Seth Rollins gives Jey Uso a pep talk. Seth wants Jay to take down Drew McIntyre and get that advantage. Moving on. So, one of the better segments of the show that was great was Gunther and The Miz. So, The Miz basically talks about respect and how he doesn't have any for Gunther. Gunther just says that it's not about the lack of respect. I have zero respect for Miz at all. He says that Miz is just like an entertainer. And then Miz basically puts himself over. Said that he's a proud entertainer and he's a proud WWE superstar. He gets it done in and outside the ring. And then he mentioned all the guys that he used to watch when he was growing up, like Macho Man Randy Savage, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, back to Hitman Hart. He said that he wanted to be that kid with the sunglasses. He said they all made that title prestigious. He said that he's thrived and he's learned and battled for 20 years, and he helped and prayed that he could hold that same title that his heroes held. That's the reason why we still talk about them, because they're larger than life characters, because they're not a robot like you. I love that. I was like, oh, I love that. So Gunther just says that, look, I'll give it to you. You're a very good entertainer. I'm amused by you. It's very cute. So, Miz basically continues to put himself over. He says he continues to reinvent himself, adapt, change. That's what makes an entertainer immortal. That's what elevates the legacy of the title. He says, Gunther, we don't really know who you are until you reach the bottom. I'm like, damn. You got to hit rock bottom before we can really respect you. I'm like, damn. He says, but if you hit the bottom of the mountain, will you rise again? Or will you just become another cog in the machine with zero personality to invest in? I'm like, damn. Understand, this Saturday at Survivor Series, if you don't respect me now, I'll beat the respect into you and become a 9-time Intercontinental Champion. And then Gunther puts over The Miz and everything else. And he said he made fun of the crowd and everything else. And he said, you finally became a WWE superstar. You finally got to meet all your heroes. And they bullied you to show you didn't belong in the sport. So the crowd begins to chant USA. Gunther makes fun of the crowd, calls them weirdos, makes fun of Mike. And then Gunther begins to taunt Miz. He shoves him like 2 or 3 times. And after that, Miz starts to throw haymakers at Gunther. And then Gunther hits Miz with the big boot. And then Miz hits a low blow on Gunther. And then he does the Skull Crusher finale on Gunther, which is great. So I love this. This was a great segment. I'm very excited for this match come Saturday at Survivor Series. I think this is going to steal the show. I really do. This is great. I love the segment. Gunther is an okay heel. I like Gunther. He's okay, but if you're a dominant heel, you need to put away your opponents in like 5 minutes, no less. That's the only problem I have with Gunther. He wants to have work rate matches with everybody, and you don't need that. You don't. But this was great. Next, moving on. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Chad Gable. Very good match. So, Nakamura wins via a roll-up. So, moving on from that. Ivar, he challenges Bronson Reed to a fight. Drew McIntyre says that he doesn't need Judgment Day's help. Then we get to the main event. Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Organized Advantage match. Drew McIntyre wins via an avalanche Future Shock DDT. This was great. I love this. This match was great. And then basically, post-match, Drew McIntyre starts beating down Jey Uso. Out comes Team Cody. A brawl ensues. Team Cody has steel chairs in hand. And then Judgment Day begin to scurry up the ramp. Cody gets on the mic and says that he's so glad that you guys got the advantage. I'm so glad that you have a star, the caliber of Drew McIntyre, with you, because we're not alone. We found the 5th member. Somebody that I have a legacy with. You know what I'm talking about. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at us like we're prey? Did you not know with us we have the Apex Predator? As a matter of fact, I think these people know who it is. Oh, that's right. You're just looking to hear voices in your head. Inside your head. Because these people are not here tonight. These people that are here tonight, they're right. And that's how we end the show. This was great. That crowd popped hard. I'm talking super duper hard. So this was great. I love this. And Jey Uso, when Cody started saying all that about Randy, Jey Uso's eyes told the story. Oh my God, I'm in trouble. I fucked up royally. And I love that. This is great. This is absolutely great. So Raw was okay for the most part. The Gunther Miz promo stuff was awesome. And Randy Orton being the 5th member on Team Cody is fine. It makes perfect sense. It was a no-brainer. Everything else on the show was okay, I guess. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.